beaten path. Today is Sunday, August 5th, 2018. And unfortunately, my co-host, Vanilla Swirls, cannot be here today. She's doing that terrible thing called work. So I'm not sure when she'll be able to join us again, but we sure do miss her. I also want to thank OneRuleSuperseeds.com. It's OneRuleSuperseeds.com for sponsoring us. And you can go to his site, and he's giving a free bumper sticker away, and they're really cute, and I have a bunch of them, and I just love them. Anyway, today we're going to be discussing communication and appreciation for your master. And the reason I went with, communication, we all know how important that is in BDSM and your DS and your MS relationship. But I went with appreciation for your master because while we serve them and, we take our orders for them, they provide so much to us. They give us structure, they give us guidance, they give us security, they play with us, they give us orgasms. They do so many wonderful things for us. And often they get overlooked because they're such a pillar of strength. We forget that they need recognition as well, and they need to be acknowledged and all that other good stuff. So that's why we're going to touch on that and extra things we can do to make them feel special. I mean, we do a lot. We prepare for their dinners and we do their laundry and, follow their orders and stuff. But there's more, we can do, because while masters are very strong and they're also very sensitive, and they're more sensitive than the average man. Their feelings seem to be deeper, and they're passionate, and we often overlook that because they're so strong. And then, communication, we all know how important that is. So I'm going to go to a song really quick because it's a lot of people are tuning in late and I'm being bombarded with messages. And then we're going to get back to our discussion, and it's just going to be a quick song. And I know I'm known for my awful music, so I hope you all can just bear with me because I do like some really bad music. But I think it's fabulous, and it really gets me perked up and moving and all that other good stuff. So we'll be back in just a few moments. Slave Nation on the Beaten Path. Okay, before we get started, I want to go over a few things. Now, a lot of you are first-time listeners, and some of you are not. But for the first-time listeners, I want to tell you a little bit about Slave Nation. We run contests all the time, and we've given out, several pairs of personalized handcuffs, and we've given out ball gags and butt plugs and nipple clamps and lube and sex hats and just all kinds of fun things. So we're running a contest for the next, will be done in September. And if you've missed any of our shows, you can go to our YouTube channel, which is posted on FAT, and you can listen to the shows that are for June, July, August, and then you can enter. You tell us what you like about the show, and you're entered to win. And if we ever miss a show, you're still eligible to enter. You just tell us why you're sad the show wasn't on, and you're entered to win. And you can do that by writing to slavenationradio@gmail.com. And we're doing kind of a Christmas in July thing, or Christmas in the summer, because we love Christmas. Who doesn't? And we're doing a box of goodies. Now, you'll never know what you're going to get. You can get lube, you can get some Crisco, Play-Doh, whatever. But one of the things we are giving away this month, and I've already arranged it with Lou from OneRuleSuperseeds.com, and you can go to his site and check him out. He does these awesome shirts, and it's from the Me line. And so whoever wins the box of goodies will come from my house, and I'll ship that on out to you. But then you contact Lou and you tell him what t-shirt you like and what size you want, and then he'll ship that out to you. And so go check out the t-shirts. They're really cute. I think I ordered the Ask Me one. So, yes, it involves presents. You get presents. I'll wrap them all up. They're really cute. We've had lots of winters and winners and winners. But yes, you get presents and you get all kinds of surprises, but you don't know what you're going to get. So enter the contest at slavenationradio@gmail.com and let me know what you like about the show, other than the free giveaways and the excellent music that I pick out for all of you. I want to give a shout out to Barry's. Yay, we've missed you so much. So much. I want to give a shout out to XPD. Thank you for all your help. And a shout out to all our new listeners. And Ronus, yay, I'm glad you can make it. So now that I've yapped your ears out on all the things, and we are on YouTube, and we are on FET, and we are on Twitter, and all those things. And if you go to our FET page under Slave Nation, you can hit all those things. We also ask that you like our radio station. Oh, okay, I didn't know there was no advertising. Sorry. Okay, well, Okay, well, I'm not sure if the contest is considered advertising or not. Anyway, okay, we're done with the advertising. Oh, but we do have some advertising coming up because I have some problems. Well, anyway, we're going to get on with the show. We have our talk, we have our talk coming on. Okay, I'll get it together because we got more messages coming in. Okay, so we have our talk on communication and why it's so important and why you need to communicate. And in any relationship, you need to have communication. It's one of the most important things. And, I looked up communication and it had all these boring definitions and everything. And really what it is discussing your feelings, telling you what's going on, discussing things that have come up, talking about your day, your plans for the futures. But often, a lot of times, one of the problems with communication is that we often only communicate when we are upset about something, when someone's hurt our feelings, when we don't like the way something's going, we hate our, like when we go to the restaurant and we sure as heck communicate when we hate our meal, but we often forget to tell the cook we love it when it's, it's perfect. So one of the important things couples should do is not just focus on the negative. I mean, it's good to discuss, okay, this is what I was uncomfortable with. And as slaves and submissives, we need to do it in a sensitive way. We need to do it in a humble way. We need to do it in a respectful way. Not just say, you're a big jerk. You left your smelly old socks on the floor again. Well, okay, if you left your socks on the floor, first things, we're the ones that should be picking them up anyway. So that's really a bad analogy. But you get the point. Be nice. You would broach it in a respectful manner. Master, I have so much to do. If you could really put your socks in the hamper in the morning or when you get home from work, I really appreciate it. It makes doing laundry a lot easier for me. Then I can concentrate on giving you more attention and I can do the things that you prefer I do rather than pick up gross old socks. So broaching this in a respectful manner is really important. Also in our communication, we also want to give praise, and this comes in with the appreciation of your master. In Shadow Tracer, he picks up his socks off or could be her. I can't tell, but they pick up their socks off the floor, and that's always nice. So we also want to give praise. Oh, thank you for putting your socks away. It makes things so much easier on me. So being respectful and giving praise and keeping the communication open is always an excellent thing. There's so many things we need to talk about. And one of the good things to do in a DSMS relationship, and even in the vanilla relationships, I'm not sure how many vanilla people we have listening, but one thing that my old master and I did was we would set a time every day to sit down, talk about the day's events, talk about what went good, what went wrong, how you can improve things, talk about future goals, where you want to see your relationship going. And a future goal doesn't have to be, I want this. We need to get all this figured out for our whole next year. A future goal can be as simple as tomorrow and how to make tomorrow better for the both of you. Now, of course, the master always guides you and everything, and some of us need more guidance than other, and those of you that know me know that I'm the person that needs more guidance. So asking, if you know you're struggling with your duties, with your chores, with getting things done properly, another good thing is to discuss that, communicate it with your master. I need a little extra help. I'm struggling. I'm struggling with getting my stuff down. So, you tell them what the problem is. And masters are so wonderful because they come up with the solutions. And I love that about them. Now, they don't have the solutions to everything. They're not superheroes. And sometimes we place them in a spot where we have expectations of them that are just overwhelming for them. So we have to be careful not to also, they can set us up for failure by expecting more than we are capable of or starting us off with too big of a task. We need to also not set our masters up for failure because they have a big job. I mean, we slaves and submissives, we're a lot of work, and to say otherwise would be dishonest. So, I'm going to take you to another song because I know how y'all love my music. And it's quite different from Trev's, Trev is on Fridays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm not sure if he mentions this or not, but when I go out on Friday nights, I love to turn on Trev's show and get ready to go out. It's super fun. Also, oh my gosh, Yitzy's going to be having a show, and if I can find that, he gave me his future show. And Yitzy's show, his next show is going to be Thursday the 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And he has a very eclectic variety of music, so you don't want to miss out on Yitzy. So I'm going to go to a quick song or two, and then I'll be back, and we'll discuss some more things. Welcome back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path. Okay, I think I got everything all straightened out now. So we will continue. Now, in our communication, which we are discussing right now, one of the hard things about communication, and of course, most of this comes from the submissive slave side because that's what I am, a slave. And of course, masters, you're welcome to tune in and let us know what you think. One of the problems is sometimes it's hard to convey your feelings and you worry about not saying them respectfully, getting them across, saying it in an inappropriate way that just lands you in a whole bunch of trouble. And also, some of our things that we want to tell our masters are different. We can find them a little intimidating to tell them, a little humiliating. We're not sure how they're going, and this is when we're talking about play or our sexual desires, and we're not sure how they're going to react because, everyone's kink is different, and some things you like, people may be rolling their eyes and thinking that, oh my gosh, what kind of freak is she? Or what kind of freak is he? So it's all different, and that can be very difficult to discuss. So one of the things you want to do is remember your feelings are just as valid as anyone else's. So when you go to your master, he should not be judging you. Of course, everyone judges us, but you should be free to go to him, say what needs to be said in a respectful manner, and not have him ridicule you or making fun of you. And that's part of the relationship, is that you feel secure enough that you can bring up these issues to your master. So when you bring them to him, take a deep breath and go ahead and tell him what you need to say, and always be respectful. And hopefully you go ahead and you are able to discuss this. Now, just because you bring this to him and you tell him, I really, really, really like to be set on fire, doesn't mean he's going to set you on fire. It may not be something he likes, but he may also try it because you enjoy it. But the thing is, don't be afraid to bring these things to your master. If you're not feeling well, and another thing we do when we're in a relationship is, as slaves, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted again. Which is, for those of you who know me, is not a hard thing to do. When we're slaves and, we're feeling sick and stuff, sometimes we push ourselves and we exert ourselves. And when we really should be on bed rest and we're, we don't want to go to our masters and disappoint them and tell them how bad we really feel. But when you think about it, if we do not deliver this message to our master, if we don't go and tell him, I'm starting to come down with a cold, I'm running a slight temperature, I'm not doing very well. If we do not convey this to him, we run the chance of making ourselves worse, keeping ourselves bedridden longer, and then we're taking time away where we could have served him by not being honest and not communicating. So communication is so important on so many levels. Again, like we talked about, talking about the good things too that we enjoy, telling your master, thank you for letting me rest when I was sick. It's important that we acknowledge our masters because they often go without the praise they so deserve. They really do deserve this praise. So that's important as well. And when we're communicating, when you're tired, if you don't get the proper rest, you can't serve your master well. So you need to communicate with your master that during the day you need to take an extra nap. Don't be afraid of him. He's there. Well, you're there to serve him. He is also there to help you be the best slave you can be. And if you are not completely honest and you do not communicate what is going on in your life with him, he cannot help you be the best you can be. And you also are not doing him the service that you are supposed to be doing. So, And we're going to go to another song. For those of you that don't know, I had bronchitis a couple weeks ago. I went on this camping trip, and this guy was popping airbornes, like I pop pills, and he said it was for allergies, but I came home and I was sicker and sicker, and so I still have a bit of a cough, and that's why I kind of have man voice right now. So my throat gets dry, and then I need to drink some fluids and all that other stuff. So we're going to go to another song, and I'll be back, and we're just going to have a good time. It's going to be a very relaxed day, and I'm getting used to this new chat that Trev has set up and everything. So it's really exciting. And during this break, I'm going to help Ronus, one of our listeners, try to get there. So I'm one of those people that can't concentrate on one thing at a time. So concentrating on two is just not going to cut it. So I'm going to go do that, and then we'll be back. And plus, I got a lot of fun music. It's kind of odd, but yeah, I think you'll like it. And we'll be back in about 8 minutes. And thank you all for tuning in. I'm having so much fun today. Welcome back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path. Okay, I think we have everything under control now, and I really appreciate your patience. So we're talking about communication. Now, one of the things I was thinking about, because in the MS relationships, shaving seems to be a big thing, and waxing and all that good stuff. Although I have noticed a huge trend on hair coming back. So whatever your preference, it's not really an issue. But one of the things on shaving is I'm not sure men know, and I'm going off topic again, but you'll get used to this. I'm not sure you men are aware of this, but when you shave, a lot of women have very sensitive skin, and this goes with waxing too. But I'm going more to the shaving part because the waxing we can get into afterwards. But this is something important for the slaves and the submissives to let their masters know, or their dominants, that if they have sensitive skin. Because a lot of women have sensitive skin, and if you're shaving, as well as waxing, but we'll get to the waxing next. If you're shaving, with the sensitive skin, you can often get ingrown hairs if you do it too often and you don't do it correctly. So if you have sensitive skin, this is also something you should communicate with your master, because he does not want a lumpy lips, full of icky stuff. So you have to let him know that if you shave too often, you're going to end up with ingrown hairs, and then it's just a big ugly mess, and it looks really gross, and then you're uncomfortable because you have these icky ingrown hairs, and it's a big mess. So, and I know this is a hard thing to do because you're thinking, oh, but my master likes it really smooth and soft and everything, but it's not going to be smooth and soft if you have sensitive skin and you're over shaving and not moisturizing and taking care of things the way you should take care of them. So you must communicate this with them, because no one wants a lumpy, icky, ingrown haired vaginal area. Just a thought. I know it's gross, but it's something that needs to be brought up. So, not shaving every day, maybe every other day or every 3 days. And what I found, and this goes with doing those nice things for your master. What I have found that works nicely is if you use an electric razor. But make sure you get a really good one, because the cheaper ones, they don't do such a nice job. But the electric razors actually do a better job than the shavy shave razors, although straight edges are always the best. But unless your master is going to be performing this on you, you probably want to stick with the electric, because you don't want to slice up your vaginal area again, because no one likes a messy vaginal area. Also, you're going to want to use moisturizers, and generally what I found is a good moisturizer is coconut oil. It works great. It has antibacterial properties in it, so it helps keep away any infections. If you do happen to get a small nick or whatever happens, it also works as a great lubricant. But that's a whole other topic. So keeping, shaving properly is a nice thing you can do for your master. And, it seems like a no-brainer, but for some submissives that are just beginning out and they've not shaved before, perhaps they buzz or they, just trim and whatever they do, they don't know how to properly maintain a shaved area. So you want to make sure that you don't overshave, you don't cause ingrown hairs, you don't cut up the area, and you want to keep it moist and soft and pleasant. Everyone will appreciate it. Your master will appreciate it. You'll be happier. It'll make for happy sex experiences for all. And I didn't even know how I got in the shaving, but I did. And I'm sure no one is shocked. So that is something. Yeah, shaving is, and we have a question, shaving is good for the skin, isn't it? Yes, shaving is good for the skin because it's a double bonus. You get rid of hair, but you also get, it exfoliates to an extent. So, anyway, and now we have someone saying it's bad for your skin. When you're shaving, you have to be careful. It's a sensitive job. You have to make sure you go the proper way, use the proper razor. You don't want to use a dull razor. You don't want to, you don't want to use things that are going to irritate your skin. You have to make sure that you use the proper shaving creams, the proper moisturizers, proper razors, because, skin is sensitive and you want to make sure that it's taken care of properly. So, shaving is bad for your skin if you cut it up. Anyway, okay, so we're going to go on. Who knew that shaving would create such a debate? Also, there's my hair's a mess, but then, you can't see it. Some people can see it, not everyone can see it. So that's something you want to communicate to your master. Also, in the beginning of the relationship, when you're first meeting your dominant and you're talking and everything, you need to be honest. You need to be honest about any illnesses you have, any allergies you have. You need to be honest about, medications that don't mix well. If you have allergies to lubricants, again, communication. And some people are so afraid to say these things because they're afraid of upsetting the dominant and upsetting the master. And if you say these things and you're telling them, I can't use your favorite lube, it irritates me. If you're telling him you can't eat certain foods and he wants to put you on a diet of tomatoes when you're allergic, there's a problem. You're with the wrong person. Which I don't think any person would really do that. But these are things you need to communicate. And it seems like a no-brainer because people say, well, why can't you say that? But with submissives and slaves, there's always this inner part of you that is concerned about disappointing your master, or concerned about disappointing your dominant. And we have to remember that we're a bigger disappointment when we don't communicate properly. It seems like a no-brainer, but not everyone can do it. Potatoes seem to be a big topic today. And potatoes are delicious. But don't use potato peelers on your skin. I'm reading the chat room and it just cracks me up. Oh, and Beth made it, yay! So, that's excellent. Okay, I'm getting all flustered and confused again. Now, another thing in the communication is you can communicate things you do not like to do, but remember, you always, You need to be open to trying things your master wants you to try. If you're uncomfortable trying it, communicate these things to him. Let him know. He can help you get through it. You can start slow. A lot of times it is scary telling your master that you don't like things, and luckily, whatever master I get, if he's been paying attention to the show, will know the things I don't like, and there's a whole mess of them. But just because I don't like them doesn't mean I'm not going to do them, and we've gone over this before. So we're always going to end up doing things we don't like, but it's important to communicate to your master that you are uncomfortable. And, some of the things that can be very simple, like, I simply cannot do dishes without wearing rubber gloves. The dish detergent is too harsh on your hands. It causes wrinkles. It dries them out. It just makes your hands feel icky. The only reason I can possibly think that a master would have you do dishes without wearing rubber gloves is because you've done something really, really bad, and he uses that as a punishment, which is also a punishment on himself, because now you're going to have dry, icky hands, and you're going to be touching them with these dry, icky hands, which is just horrible. Which, dishes are horrible, but you have to get the dishes done. But doing dishes without gloves is even worse. So things like that you need to communicate, because they may seem like small things, and a lot of men don't know about doing dishes, so they don't know that you're supposed to wear rubber gloves when you do them. Also, when you wear these rubber gloves doing your dishes, and this is a nice thing you can do for your master, apply some moisturizer on your hands. And I don't, when I do the dishes, I don't generally use moisturizer. And there's probably a lot of you in the city, and I was in the city too, so I did not know about this, but there's a product out there called Bag Balm. It is the most amazing product in the world, but it moisturizes. It was originally developed for cows' udders. So this might be good for milkers too, for men that lactate their women and milk them and have the who cows. Now the Bag Balm was made for the cows' udders, and because they get very dry and really rough skin. I've actually felt this, because I've helped milk a cow. Who would have ever thought the girl from Los Angeles would be milking a cow? Well, I didn't hand milk them, but I put the milking machine on, and you can feel the udder, and it's really dry, and it's flaky and chapped, and it's really unpleasant. But you use the Bag Balm, and it makes everything so smooth. And if you have dry, rough hands or dry, rough feet, put it on, put some gloves over your hands, and put some socks on your feet. Do it overnight. Your hands and feet will be so soft. And this is a nice thing you can do for your master, because no one likes rough, cracked, dry, chapped, flaky hands. And when, because, sometimes you give your master a massage, or sometimes you give him a hand job, or, you just hold his hand, and he doesn't want to feel like he's holding a man hand, unless he's gay. Then he might. But I'm not sure. It's always nice to hold someone's hand who's nice and soft. So that is another tip for you. And I know a lot of these sound like beauty tips, but I do brain freeze. I do know a lot of beauty tips, and beauty tips can be very helpful to the master. I mean, not helpful. But you know what? You can moisturize your master too, because they don't know about moisturizing. But I'm going to get more on that. I'm going to play another song, because my songs are so fabulous. And maybe later we'll get into some Gary Newman. Oh, and I'm going to have to find a special song for Bev. But we'll be back in just a moment. to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path. Whoops. Okay, there we go. All fixed up. So we will continue on. And maintenance is one of the big things you can do for your master because no one likes a sloppy looking slave. But then I kind of go to the extreme because I spend a lot of crazy time on maintenance. So you gotta find a nice balance. I know there are a lot of masters out there that don't like makeup. I don't get it. But that's their thing. But one thing you can help your master with, because men don't know about a lot of moisturizers and that there's a whole line of beauty products out there for them. And I think it's kind of nice that you can introduce your masters, and this is something you can do in appreciation, is perhaps go shopping and buy him some man products that will help him. Because everyone likes to have nice soft skin. It feels good. They have a number of products for beards now because the beards are so popular. They have these excellent beard conditioners and creams and shapers, and you can get them a really nice trimmer and help them maintain. And that's something you can do together, so it creates quality time. So there's, so many new products out there for men and their beards, and I'm much better with the beard thing now. I don't want to punch them all in the face when I see their beards. Except for these young guys that just don't trim them up and keep them neat and stuff, and they kind of look like a big sloppy mess. Then I want to punch them in the face. But I don't, because I could get arrested for that, and it's not nice. So I'm told. But buying, some nice products for your master is good. You can, how could you not love makeup, Bev? Anyway, there's great moisturizers now for, men, and they're just wonderful. They have great man fragrance, so you don't have to put on the girl smelly ones on them. And, it's something nice you can do for your masters. So that's always nice. And there's so many wonderful things you can do for them. Another nice thing you can do for your master to show appreciation, and I think this is really big because right now we're having a huge heat wave. It seems to be going all over the country. Although it's cooled off a little, but the weather's going to shoot up. When it's hot, cool your master's towel. You can wrap it in, put it in a plastic bag, throw it in the freezer. When he gets out of the shower, you have a nice, cool towel for him, and then you can dry him off, and it's so much more refreshing that. And during the hot weather, you can make sure his towel is in not the oven. You don't want to put it in the oven because you don't want to burn his towel. But put it in the dryer. And they also have towel racks that have heating in them. So you can put them on the towel rack. Again, he has a nice warm towel when he gets out of the shower in the cool weather. Just small things you can do to show your master how much you appreciate him. And, the list goes on. And the other things you can do is you can't always, and we've talked about the whole food thing, because you always want to have nice meals prepared for your master. And granted, it's your duty, but it's also a nice thing you can do for him is cook nice meals. And for those lotion in the fridge. Excellent idea, Ronus. A nice thing you can do is prepare meals. And for those of you that know me, know that my meals are called California's Buffet of Weirdness because I pick odd things that don't necessarily go together. But once you learn what your master likes to eat, you can have some extras in the freezer because you can't outguess them and know what they're going to want to eat because just when you think you know you can predict what they're going to do, you can't. So having extras of his favorites put away, always having good snacks set aside for him, and having a variety of his favorite beverages. It's a way, you can pamper them after they had a long day of work. And just when you think that they're going to want to have a soda when they come home, they want a glass of wine or they want a beer. So have a variety of drinks and food prepared so they're never hungry. Because hungry men are cranky men and cranky men are not pleasant. So food, always have a variety of food that they like to eat. Seems like a no-brainer, but it's harder than you think. You always want to have something comfortable for them to lounge in. You want to make sure that the house is clean, and even if you don't have time to get around to cleaning the whole house, you want to make sure that their favorite chair is fluffed and their favorite pillow is there, and that it's working properly, and the remote is close by, so they can put on their favorite, what's that stuff they like to watch? It's those silly men that run around. It's silly men that run around and they have a ball. Football. They like to watch that football, or they like to watch baseball and stuff. So you want to make sure that the remote is there when they want to watch this stuff. Hopefully, women, slaves, you're lucky enough to find a master that does not like to watch this stuff. I never luck out like that. I always find the ones that like sports. So, little things like that. And then other things you can do that are nice that show your appreciation other than telling them. You can write them little notes when they go off that they'll find in their wallet or something saying, something nice they've done, something you appreciate about them. And one thing that I find we always overlook, and this is kind of sad because our masters do so much for them. And ladies, our masters, we always find them to be the most attractive men in our lives, and we just find them sexy and just not every little thing, because they can do some annoying habit things, but they're just small little annoying habit things. But when we find the master, we generally find the master that we find is just like the most sexy man alive and so attractive. So one thing we can do to show our appreciation, and we often slack at this, is let them know that we think they are very attractive. Let them know. Yes, Ronus, you're very, very sexy. And I've already told you you're attractive. Quit fishing for the compliments. Let them know how attractive you find them, and let them know exactly what it is you find attractive about them. If you find it's their smile, their hair, their butts, their shoulders, there's a million things. Let them know. Just tell them that they are so attractive and they light up your world. Men need the appreciation and approval. And of course, I know some dominants are women. But we're going it from the dominants being men. They like being told how wonderful they are too. And so we want to give them the appreciation that they so deserve, and let them know we think they're attractive. And let them know how smart we think they are and how masculine. And it goes a long way showing your appreciation. And I'm going to play some more fabulous music since I biffed it. And it's kind of a slow show day today. As I told you, I have man voice and my throat keeps getting dry. and a little bit of cough. But I appreciate everyone tuning in. All the sexy dominants and all the attractive dominants, thank you. And all the beautiful slaves, no matter what gender you are. And we'll be back after a few songs. If I can get it going. There we go. No, I didn't do it. Okay, we'll try again. To Slave Nation on the beaten path. Okay, there we go. More gifts again. Now, okay, I'm just back briefly. I just found one of my favorite things, the grapefruit technique. Some of you have heard it before, but then we have some new listeners who have not, and I think they should hear this. Now, I don't honestly recommend you try this, but you can if you want. I just think this is the funniest thing in the world. And after you hear it, you may want to go to YouTube and watch this, because it's the most hysterical video you've ever seen in your life. Anyway, this thing is called the grapefruit technique. And this woman will explain to you how you do it. And when she's talking about it, she thinks she's kind of edgy with her grapefruit technique. But you're gonna love it, and the sound effects are hysterical. But if you get a chance, watch the video, because it's even better. And we'll be back after the grapefruit technique. Welcome back to Slave Nation on the beaten path. I'm glad everyone liked that grapefruit technique. I'm sure you'll all be running out to the produce section. And since you're picking up grapefruits, might as well pick up some ginger as well. Maybe some clove oil. It's a whole shopping sex game. And it'll be lots of fun for you. So we already went over products for men and stuff that, will help your dominant feel. And I was thinking something, but I forgot what it was. I'm so glad that everyone's here, and I really did have a thought, and I don't know what happened to it. Oh, I know. Okay, and I want to remind everyone, since you're listening, remember, you're eligible to enter the contest of our Christmas in July box giveaway. Send what you like about the show to slavenationradio@gmail.com, and you're entered to win. It's really simple. We don't have anything that's difficult to do. And since Bev is in the room, she won one year. She won the first prize box, the Christmas box, and she can tell you about the goodies she got. And hopefully she got a lot of condoms too, because Becky and I, well, here in Oregon, when you go to the doctors, they always have condoms on their, doctor desk or whatever it is, and we just dump them all into our bags. We have so many condoms. My son's girlfriend a while back, something was going off with her birth control and everything, and she told my son, "Oh, tell your mom to bring some condoms." Like, I don't want to tell my mom to bring condoms. And then he called, and I was already on my way out, and so it was too late for me to get the condoms. And why he didn't just call right away, I will never know. But I still don't have a grandchild, so that's nice and not nice. But now you know a lot about condoms. Oh, since we're bringing up condoms, we did a condom show a long time ago. And it's really odd. I run into people all the time, and they don't know the proper way to store their condoms. And this is something I like to bring up, because I also think it's something very important. So I'm going to go ahead and go over it again. When you're storing condoms, do not put them in your wallet. It rubs and creates friction on the condom, and then there's a good likelihood that it can break. Also, don't just drop them in your purse, because you have a lot of stuff rattling around in your purse, and it creates friction on the condom, even though they're in the little wrappers and everything, it creates friction and weakens the condom, and then your condom can break. You want to store it in, if you have a little box, a tin, you can get small little tins everywhere put it in the tin, then there's no friction going on. You won't have a broken condom. You won't have a disease. You won't have an unwanted baby. You'll be good to go. Another thing I want to bring up about the condoms is you think, oh, well, I'll double bag it. I'll put on 2 condoms, which again, sounds like a good idea in theory, but it's not. So don't use 2 condoms at the same time because again, while you're penetrating and going in and out, it creates friction and breaks the condoms. And again, you leave yourself open for disease and for pregnancy or whatever else can happen. So don't double bag and don't just drop a condom in your wallet or in your purse. Make sure the condom is protected so when you go to use it, it's not all deteriorated and weakened from all the friction. Also, when you use your condoms, you don't want to use oil-based lubricant. You want to use a water-based lubricant with your condoms because the oil-based ones will break your condoms down. And I never thought I would know so much about condoms. Also remember, lambskin condoms protect against pregnancy, but do not protect against diseases. And they are the oldest condoms around, dating back to like the 1400s. So there's just a little recap on condoms, condom safety, and stuff about condoms you didn't really want to know. But I don't even know why I brought that up now. Huh? Oh, because Bev got a whole box of condoms with stuff. So there you have extra condom safety. A news message brought to you by me. I never thought I would know so much about condoms, but oddly enough, I meet people, and how the topic of condoms comes up, I'll never know, but it does, and I have to give them condom safety lessons, which is really sad because some of these people are like the same age I am, which I'm up there. But you don't need to know that either, that I'm getting old. So, there you go. Condom safety. Another service announcement brought to you by me. And see, Ronus had issues with condoms breaking. But see, now you know how to use condoms properly. And remember, you gotta pinch the head, like you'll have reservoirs in the condom. They'll have little reservoir, you'll notice a little thingy. But just because it has that little reservoir thingy doesn't mean you can just slap it on. You need to really pinch and leave a little room there. So depending on how big of load you squirt, that there's room for the load to go. You know what goes in the condoms. And, okay, apparently some people have issues with going a long time and they don't last. Well, then take a break and put a new one on. It's, I don't know. I don't have the answers to so many things, yet I talk about them like I do. Okay, so we were going on about things you can do to appreciate your master. Now, sometimes your masters have lots of toys. Okay, and often you'll be put in charge of cleaning the toys and tending to them and all that other stuff. But you can do this without being told to do it. You can check up on it and I can't even watch what you guys are saying. You're making me laugh. You can make sure you have the proper cleaning stuff, every now and then check to make sure you have stuff to clean the leather whips and the leather floggers and all that stuff, that all this stuff is prepared for your master. So it's something he doesn't have to think about because he has enough on his plate tending to you, because honestly, as slaves and submissives, we're handfuls, especially if you get one like me. I gotta go to another break now. You're all making me laugh so hard. Okay, we'll be back. I'm gonna play some more songs for you.
OneRuleSupersedes.com is proud to announce that they are streaming Beaten Path Radio on their website. And to celebrate, the website is giving away free bumper stickers. That's right, bumper stickers for free. There's a variety of sayings that you can choose from. To get yours, go to OneRuleSupersedes.com/me for free and click on the bumper sticker that you want, and then use the coupon code me for free, that's ME, the number 4 and free, at the checkout, and they'll send it to you absolutely free. No tax, no shipping, no gimmicks, and no excuses for not getting yours today. There's a limit of 1 per person, and you have to be 18 years or older. And while you're there, check out their selection of t-shirts that they have on sale. And it's all right here at https://OneRuleSupersedes. That's the number 1, rulesupersedes.com/me for free. Again, that's ME number 4 free /. Get yours today.
Welcome back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path, and I think I'm done with my giggle fit. Hopefully. And we'll continue on. Well, so I'm so off topic, so I'm just going to go with whatever's on top of my brain. Not that there's always a lot in there, but sometimes there is. But one of my things, and you know one of my things, is I do mail call all the time. I'm always getting these mails from some pretty ridiculous people. Now, we all get the ones from the ant boy and mosquito boy and the ashtray boy. You know, they want them to be tied up to the trees, and they want mosquitoes put on them, and they want ants put on them, and they want to be used as ashtrays and beaten and starved to death and all that other stuff. They're ridiculous, and you just ignore them because they're just silly. But then you get these other ones, and I really want to, and I'm sure none of the listeners here do this nonsense, but they drive me bonkers with their rudeness and their vulgarness, and some of the things they say is like, they would really get a punch in the face if they talk this way to people in person. And I don't know what I did with it, but I had an email the other day, and it was generally, when you send an email and to someone you don't know, it should be, hello, how are you? I'd like to get the chance to know you, or I found this interesting, or I'd like to converse about this or that. But they don't always do that. They come up with really ridiculous things. And like, one I had the other day was asking me if I like it from behind. Well, that's none of their business, because I don't even know them. And if they tuned into the show, they might find out. But, and some of these things, and they're always asking just really weird, bizarre things. So, oh, sorry. Oh, gosh. You guys are making me laugh again. Shadow Trace, I'll tell you, Shadow Trace is saying I'm not sure if Shadow Trace is male or female. I can't tell. I don't know. It's a name. Anyway, Shadow Trace is saying, usually salts and pelts when my sub tells me I did something wrong, which just, I found that very funny because, just a dominant sulking is does not sound like a cute sight. Anyway, You guys gotta stop making me laugh. Oh, so I was going on with the emails, and so another thing is, you get these emails and they start out, what are you into? Well, they generally don't mean like, are you into bowling? Do you like board games or this and that? That's another rude question. Also, another comment is, they like to make comments about things in your face. And, you look like you can do a good blowjob. Well, that's none of their business either, and that's inappropriate. So mail really gets me angry, but then I also like to torment these senders and, kind of swap them around like a dead mouse. Anyway, so that's my mail. Oh, and my other mail rant is, now, I didn't have any problems with the lesbians and the bisexuals and stuff, but in my profiles I clearly state that I, not bisexual and not a lesbian, yet I still have lesbians and all. Hi, Buttercup! Hitting on me. And, so, it really bothers me. It's just, well, bad manners are never in style. That's why I like, Emily Post so much, but one of the best things she said was, the best manners you can have is not making someone feel bad for their bad manners. But I think in this case she's wrong, and I would not throat punch them, Bev. I would just give them all a punch in the face because they deserve it. Actually, I'd like to drag them by their ears and take them over to their mothers and tell their mothers what they said. So I think that would be really fun. And I am so far off topic. Okay, so we'll continue on with communication. Punching people in the face is not the best communication. Another thing about it is I just hop around. I'm really scatterbrained today, and I'm finding my pace. It's hard without Swirls here, and I really miss her. But now I lost my thought again. Oh, one of the things we can do too in our communication with the master, and this is another thing, and it's kind of another topic, is the bratting thing, where subs and slaves will act up and in order to get punishment or to get a spanking or to get a caning or whatever, which I think is just really bad form. If you want your master to cane you, cane you or whatever, you just need to tell them. Don't act like a brat and act up just to get a spanking. And then Ronus, if you want to call in, you can. It's not too late. Anyway, I got all lost in my thoughts. And so I'm going to go to another song. But I'm having a great time, and you all are just cracking me up so much. So while I'm going to the song, write into slavenationradio@gmail.com. Say what you like about the show. Enter the contest. Maybe you'll get some condoms too. Maybe even some Crisco. And I will be right back. We're going to play some more songs. Oh, I love this one. Kiss King sent this to me, and it just cracks me up. And I think you're going to like it too. Welcome back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path. And I want to thank Big Daddy for tuning in. Thank you. It's good to see you here. Anyway, so we're going to go, I'm going to try to stay on topic again. And we're talking about the communication, and I think we've gone over that. And you cannot use Crisco on condoms. Crisco is specifically for fisting under the Christmas tree. And I will show you why in a little bit. I'll play the song for you. But there's a whole song on Crisco and fisting under a Christmas tree. And I guess apparently Crisco helps the fist go in a little easier. I'm not sure. I haven't tried this. So I cannot recommend it, definitely. But it happens. People fist under the Christmas tree. I know this because there's a whole song about it. I will pass on the fist, thank you. I have enough problem with the speculum at the gynecologist, which is probably more information than everybody wants to know. You never know. I might get to the point where I can, be able to, who knows? I don't know. You never know what will happen in the future. Anyway, so now I'm off on my train of thought again, and I did have some. Anyway, okay, so we were going back. Oh, on the communication, we already went over that and talking nicely and communicating your feelings. Ask for Crisco if that's your lube of choice. Now I completely, when I'm lost again. I think we're gonna go to Crisco under the Christmas tree. Just give me a second. I'm really having a rough day today. I did not sleep well last night. And one of the things that you can do, for your masters is get plenty of rest so you're not like this and scatterbrained. I stayed up too late but I was news raped a couple of days ago, and I was exposed to news articles. So that has had me stressed out where I can't sleep. And also I saw a really terrible movie, so I don't want to go to the movie. We're going to go to this meeting, and I'll be back. Welcome back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path, and we have Ronus here with us. Yay! Hi, Ronus. Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot. Are you ready? Okay. My grandmother always said I was born tired and never got rested. But that's a whole other topic. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, what are some things that a slave can do to show you appreciation and make you feel special? Okay, I love I love the lotion in the fridge idea. And okay, Bev's saying she can't hear you well, so I'm going to ask her again. And so go on, continue. Well, I think we discussed that last time you were on. The masters, they do have a responsibility to care for their submissives and their slaves. Yeah, because no one wants a broken toy. It is. So, well, whoever I end up with is going to be very lucky, because if I take care of them better than my pets, they're going to be thinking they're royalty. I love my dogs so much. So, oh yes. So, now do you think slaves and submissives can be too needy? Okay, but okay, how do you feel then if they just come up to you and say, "I need some attention"? Yeah, but there are some man jobs and some women jobs, don't you think? Taking out the garbage. Um, because it's heavy. Oh my gosh. Well, okay, so that is different. We do have burns here in the country too, but there's only certain burn days. Okay, now I think yard work is a man's job, but then I'm really anti-gardening. I kill everything I touch. Well, I would encourage him to get a rock garden. There are some lovely rocks out there. Gardening is just not my gig. I mean, I know how to water. Um, I Yeah. I'm not sure. I've never been, and then it's sunny too, and I have an aversion to the sun. So, well, I guess I could wear a really wide brimmed hat and put on my turtleneck bathing suit. Yes. Yes. Well, I've changed my swimsuit this year. I used to go swimming in a turtleneck and leggings, and of course, the water shoes, and then a big wide brimmed hat and big sunglasses. But Swirls and we found a swimming hole that's in the shade. So, I've downgraded and I have some I guess they're like exercise shorts and a tank top. But if I have to go in the sun, then the turtleneck's coming back out. So, oh no. That's, that's for those young kids. Well, yeah, I don't know. I think, she's got kind of a warped sense of humor sometimes. So she might say, oh yeah, that looks great. That looks great. And then I might as well put on the red nose. I don't know. She can be pretty warped. Well, I will consider it. I will consider. Good thing summer's almost over. Just, oh, we don't swim that. October it starts getting freezing here. Did you know when I moved here? Yeah, well, yeah, they're having a lot of sales now. But I don't know. It's just like, when you have the turtleneck to rock, who really needs a bathing suit? Well, I did have a picture of it, and people always look at me like I'm crazy when I go swimming in that. But who's really the crazy ones? The ones that are letting their skin get all burnt up, or me, who's protecting my skin? And see, and this, do you use sunscreen? Oh, well, coconut oil is it's more like a tanning oil. Yeah, Oh, that's an excellent idea. It has great healing properties in it. I think, yeah, I like a heavy perfume smell. But we were also talking, I'm not sure if you caught it, that coconut oil is also a very good lube. But I'm not sure if it, yeah, but I'm not sure if it mixes well with condoms. So, yeah, it's something I will have to check on. So, oh, see, I wouldn't have, okay, now does it, because a lot of the sex toys now are made out of that, oh, help me out here, that, silicone. Okay, and it doesn't break it down, the silicone? Oh, but it doesn't break down the, I mean, like, okay, so it doesn't damage them. Oh, well, that's awesome. Okay, so now you have it. Coconut oil for butt plugs. Now, was the coconut, okay, I'm going to ask the hard questions here, because that's what we do. Now, the coconut oil, okay, like, when you put something in the butt, it's always lube, 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 and just when you think you have enough lube, put some more lube. Is it the same with the coconut oil? Mm-hmm. Really? So, okay, then the other question comes, was this an older sub? Well, postmenopausal, where, drying issues come up. Okay, early 40s. Okay, so, cause I was wondering too, cause, drying issues help, so would it be the same as you never had had to reapply anally, would you? So, I guess that's something to find out since I'm an older sub. Oh gosh. So, oh, okay, well, uh, yeah, I just, you don't know how bad I hate admitting that I'm older. I've been, I don't like the real world at all. I don't. Um, okay, so I guess next week, okay, you'll have to remind me because you know how I forget everything. But next week I will report back on if coconut oil lasts vaginally. Okay. Well, I don't really have that much of a problem with dryness, but I notice it's not, oh, I'm so humiliated now. It's not like, oh gosh. It's not like when I was younger. So, it's, it's, yeah. Oh, this is a hard time. And I thought I was going to put you on the spot. See how clever these masters are? Uh, oh gosh. You do realize I'm streaming on YouTube live now and everyone can see me just turning bright red and squirming. Uh, good one. Okay. Wow. Oh, I'm just, oh, okay. I'm good. I'm breathing. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna go find something. Oh my gosh. Let's see. What are we? I'm gonna find something good. Okay. Wow. I kind of have. Okay. We'll be back in a few minutes. When I turn back, when I'm not looking like a tomato so much. Welcome back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path, where the tough questions are going to keep on coming. Yeah, we're ready. Well, no, I agree with you that the humiliation is different for everyone. It depends on comfort level. I find it humiliating to go out without makeup on. So, it really is. Although, yes. So it is a preference, um, and some people like being humiliated too. Personally, I do not. I think it's mean. For me, it's mean. If someone likes it, then obviously it's not a mean thing.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I've discussed this before about my old master, and we actually had this issue, and we were going to the video store, and he's like, "Let's go, we're going to the video store." I said, "Okay, I'm getting ready." He's like, "Well, no, come on, let's go, we're going to the video store." And we went round and round because I didn't get what he was saying. I really didn't understand it. I'm telling him I'm getting ready, and he's like, "No, we're just going to." I said, "I'm putting on my makeup and where I'm going." He's like, "But we're just going to the video store," and when I finally explained, I understood that we were going to the video store, that I was getting ready. I'll be just a minute. He was like, "No, you don't need the makeup. We're just going." And I did go to the video store without makeup. So, and it was very, very hard. I'm more easy with it today, but you have to remember at that time it had probably been 20 years since my face had seen the light of day. So it was really, really stressful. I used to do my makeup even when I was sick. I don't do it when I'm sick anymore, but even when I was sick, I would do my makeup just in case someone happened to stop by. It was just really, a really stressful, but I'm a little crazy too, so. Okay. Yeah, I'm wearing it. I, well, it's, okay, that's a hard thing to say because, okay, first of all, my butt is my big issue. Well, there's a whole bunch of issues, but anyway, I don't know that I'd be humiliated because, okay, this is so hard. I'm trying to organize my things. I would be very, 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 very uncomfortable in it. I hope by then my hair has grown down to my knees. So, because you can kind of hide behind it. Um, would I wear it? Yes, I'd wear it because, it's what my master likes. He thinks it looks good.
Yes.
It's not nice to tell your master he's absolutely crazy and not seeing correctly. So, I, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, okay, I guess we're getting an echo. Yes, the whole world knows it. It's not a secret. It's really... Baby got back. Baby got back. I think I have that on here. Let me see if we can get that going. Um, I agree. I agree because I wouldn't go into my aunt's home dressed like that. Like with my son's father, I wouldn't even let him touch me in front of my family. It was, yeah, it was, I struggled with it. It was like, don't kiss me, don't hold my hand, don't, we did take a picture. Well, yeah, it was rough. But that was, it was just like, well, it was just in front of my family. Just, but you never met my mother. She was a crazy lady. Oh my gosh. See what? Did not. He just gave me a crazy mother. It was, oh yeah, at such a young age. So, okay, I don't know what I did with that song, but I'm gonna go to another song. Oh, it's almost closing time. Well, I don't even know what I did with it now. I can't believe that. I just saw it a little while ago. I mean, that's just... Oh, I think I found it. Hold on. Uh, Maybe not. You never know. Oh yeah, I think we're just... Oh, thanks. If I really found it. Oh, here we go. Where'd I put it? Let me see. Okay, we'll go to this song and then we'll close up. But you need to get Skype on your computer. Absolutely, so we can hear you well. And we're going to go to Sir Mix-a-Lot and we're going to close out tonight. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Don't forget, enter our contest. It's going to be so much fun. You're going to have so many little things to play with. And you can, oh yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll see you all next week. And next week, I'm going to have some guests on when I went to that kinky camp and I met a couple. and they're very nice, and I'll be talking to them, and it's his master and the slave, but they have an age difference. He's like my age, and his slave's around 19. So it's going to be really nice having them on. Oh yeah, but they mesh very well, and she's very pleasant, and he's very nice, and they were really nice people. So, if all goes well, they'll be on next week, and I don't know. I've always gone out with older men anyway. I mean, not generally. It's been between 10 to 14, 15 years, but I mean it has gone up to like 30 years. So I can see it. But, well, see, that's considered an age difference. I mean, well, it works for them. They're happy. So, well, everyone will have to, yeah, they'll have to tune in and see what they have to say. Well, I don't think she looks at him as a father figure, but you know what? Write all your questions down and send them to me, and I'll ask them. I'll ask the hard questions, but nicely. We want them to feel welcome. I don't. Okay, we're gonna sign off now. We're gonna sign. Here we go, Big Butt Song.
Oh my God.
Yeah.